Hello, Wes with BuddyRC.com. What I would like to do today is I would like to introduce to you BuddyRC's exclusive FPV line called DragonRider FPV. Now what I've done here is I've pulled two of my favorite cameras out from the line. I've also pulled out a 400 milliwatt transmitter, a DragonRider 400 milliwatt transmitter, so that we can go through and show you how these things hook up and how easy they are to hook up. Now anybody that's been into the FPV stuff knows how confusing it was in the beginning, learning how to hook your transmitter up to your camera on the plane and so on and so forth. Do I use goggles? Do I use monitors? All that comes in time. What we're going to do today is show you how easily the camera and transmitter can be set up on the aircraft itself, whether it be a multi-rotor or a plane. So let's get started here. To start, I have two cameras here. They're both 700 TV line cameras. They both have Sony FEOE PSDs on them. They're both running a 2.8 millimeter lens. They're both 35 millimeters by 35 millimeters. And they both weigh roughly about 36 grams. Now inside each one of these boxes you will see two wiring harnesses. Just take these off to the side here. Two wiring harnesses, which actually makes it very easy to hook these up. First we have our wiring harness that we're going to use for off-brands other than, say, a DragonRider transmitter. This would be used for a transmitter that has slightly different pinout than what a DragonRider transmitter would have. And we'll show you how to hook these up a little later when we grab our transmitter. The other end here would realistically plug into the back of your camera like so. Now the other wiring harness is an actual prefabbed plug which has all wires pre-fitted in it. Now this plug will actually plug into a DragonRider transmitter, or a Bosscam transmitter should have the same pinout. And the other end plugs in just the same on the other one. Now one thing that we do have on this one, which is not uncommon, is an external OSD menu. So, as an extra accessory, you can purchase an external OSD card. This isn't really necessary per se, but you know, if you're running into problems to where the screen, it's a little dark, you need to adjust per the light, you know, for the conditions, you may need to grab and pick up one of these. So basically you're going to plug this into the back here, just like that. And then you're going to pick up your camera as it's plugged in and as it is operational. You're going to plug it into the back there. And then from there you will be able to actually maneuver through your OSD menus. Now these OSD menus would be your contrast, your brightness, your hue, among a couple other things. Alright. Now, one of the major differences between these two cameras is the CCD. The CCD on the blue one is going to be a 960H SuperHAD CCD2. Great picture quality. This one here is a little more advanced. This is going to be the 960H XView HAD CCD2. Okay? This one here is going to handle lower light, the quality of the picture and color at lower light. It's not going to be as pixelated, it's not going to be as snowy or fuzzy, things like that. Personally, I have used both cameras. They are spectacular pictures. I have not been in a situation where the light has been low enough to really make a difference. Now the other thing that with these cameras is with a normal camera that you would usually see, what I'm going to do is pull this out for reference here. This is one of the DragonRider 600 TVL cameras, and I'm just going to show you the size comparison between the two. As you can see, the 700 TV line camera is quite a bit bigger. Weight-wise, the red camera and the blue camera weigh quite a bit quite a bit less. Now, where this comes into play is if you have your multi-rotor copter, you know, you usually have this in here, it fits, it works great, no particular issues, and there's usually a carbon fiber piece in here that it attaches to. These will not fit on that carbon fiber piece, but what's great about them is I usually put a row of two-sided tape on the top and bottom. I pull these frames apart, and looky there, it slips right in there with two-sided tape. Fold it back down, tighten it up, and there you go. You can even showcase that awesome colored case in there, whether it's blue or whether it's red. Now, with that, let's go ahead and jump into hooking these things up to your transmitter and show you how easy it is. Alright, so like I said, I have a DragonRider 400 milliwatt transmitter here. The great thing about these is that it has the heatsink already on them. And on the back is your dip switches for your what frequency you want to run and transmit on. So with this comes supplied with a prefabricated power wire. You're going to stick that in your power. And on this side has a JST connector so that all you have to do is hook a battery to it. Now the input voltage on this, I believe, is 6.5 to 12 volts. Yes, 6.5 to 12 volts. So basically any 2S or 3S battery will work great. Now the other part of this is we're going to plug our camera wire in here. And because this is a DragonRider, it should plug right in. And there you go, voila! All you have to do is mount that to your aircraft, plug your battery in, and you're ready to roll. You're transmitting a video signal. Now let's switch over and let's say that we have a different type of transmitter, a different brand of transmitter, and the wiring pinout is not the same on the transmitter. That's where these little things come into play. This wiring harness is great. No soldering required to get this stuff installed onto your aircraft. So you find out your wiring harness. Your red is going to be power. Your black is going to be ground. And you're just one by one going to find each wire, plug them in. Your white and your green are going to be audio. And your yellow is going to be video. Now you'll need to make sure whatever transmitter you're using, you find out what the pinout is and the wiring configuration is for that transmitter. And once again, mount it to your aircraft, plug in your 2 or 3S battery, and you're ready to roll. That simple. Now, if you end up having issues or problems and you'd like some assistance, please feel free to contact us at info@BuddyRC.com. Otherwise, visit us on Facebook or our BuddyRC YouTube page. Otherwise, great flying. Hope to see you at the field.